Welcome to the Community Show, the show where we outline and showcase some of the best things going on right in your hometown. Today, we head to Buffalo Mountain Ziplines, a place of true excitement, adventure, and thrills, all located deep in the heart of Floyd County, Virginia. Buffalo Mountain Ziplines is one of Floyd County's newest businesses to date, with their soft opening being held in late June of 2019. Currently, the team at Buffalo Mountain Ziplines says they have a lot of work aesthetically to perform to the property before the grand opening, including changes to their building and nearby landscape. However, this isn't stopping the thrill seekers of Floyd County and beyond from coming out to try it, as the course itself has already been constructed. In fact, the good people at Buffalo Mountain Ziplines are encouraging local residents to come out and visit them for a true ride on the wild side. With 8 different lines to ride, beautiful scenery, and professional tour guides, Buffalo Mountain Ziplines is nothing short of astonishing and is most definitely worth the trip. Recently, Citizens was invited to come and experience Buffalo Mountain Ziplines for themselves, and there's no debate we were not disappointed. Buffalo Mountain Ziplines provided not only multiple hours of ziplining fun, but paired with their outstanding service and hospitality, the experience we received at Buffalo Mountain Ziplines was unparalleled to any other. To showcase some of the best parts of our trip, we'll visit the footage we were able to shoot on site, featuring the beautiful Buffalo Mountain, a view of the business's center of operations, and the zip lines themselves. Next, we'll hand it over to Hari Bursons as she interviews the founder of Buffalo Mountain Ziplines. Later, we'll follow another tour full of happy zipliners on their way through the course. And lastly, we'll showcase a brief promotional video for Buffalo Mountain Ziplines. You're watching the Community Show.
See, I'm gonna do exactly like you said though, and I'm just gonna be like the whole time just like crazy.
Alright everybody, welcome to Buffalo Mountain Ziplines. We'll be your guides today. My name is Joseph. This is Joanna. Trying to get those confused, they're kind of similar. Our number one priority here is safety. Even before having fun, you gotta be safe first. So that being said, don't touch any of your own equipment. If anything feels too tight or too loose, let one of us know, we'll adjust it for you. Now, we're gonna keep you clipped in the entire time today. That way there's no risk of falling. Please don't ever unclip yourself or anybody else. Leave that to us. Now, when you step up to get clipped on, you're gonna be on the opposite side of the cable as us. Both hands up on the cable, just like Joanna's doing. First thing we'll clip on is your safety, which is blue on everyone's. Yours is red. We're gonna clip that onto the cable. Then we're gonna clip on your brake hawk, which is this metal thing hanging on your side. Now when we go to clip that on, it's on a shorter strap, so you kind of have to tiptoe and pull down on the cable, just like Joanna just did. Once you're clipped in, you go ahead and sit down in your harness. You're gonna let the harness hold your weight. Notice she's not going anywhere. She's not holding herself up with her arms. She's just sitting down in her harness. That's perfect. Riding form, you're gonna ride with both hands on top of the brake hawk, right over that blue pulley that's in there. That's at the front of the brake hawk. You want your legs out in front of you, ankles crossed, just like that. Now, you can feel the wind up here on the Buffalo Mountains get strong sometimes. So if it blows you one way, correct it with your wrists, kind of like a twist action. So if the wind blows you this way, just basically keep yourself going as straight as possible, like an arrow. Now, to brake, you're gonna ride the whole way across, just like she was doing with her hands at the front. When you get to the other side, I will give you this signal right here, one hand up in the air. That means slide your hands to the back and pull down. There's a piece of rubber back there that rubs the cable, it'll help slow you down. Now the only other signal I'll give you is this right here, just kind of waving you in. That means you're braking too hard, so just let off your brake and move your hands back to the front. Now, in the event that you do come up a little short of the platform, in case the wind gets you, maybe you broke a little bit too hard, Joanna will demonstrate what to do in those circumstances.
Just for example's sake, let's pretend I was going this direction. Joseph was our receiving guide. He's telling me to come on in. I still get stuck. Once you come to a complete stop and you're no longer moving, it's the only time while you're zipping we will ever ask you to grab a hold of the cable. You're going to place one hand on each side of the brake hawk and hold yourself in place. Joseph will remind you what to do if you need to. Otherwise, you're going to turn yourself around and pull yourself in hand over hand. If you cannot, if you're afraid, if you're just being lazy, Joseph will come out and get you. We just ask that you definitely hold yourself in that spot so that you do not roll out to the lowest point of the cable. Okay?
And other than that, a couple rules we have. No running and jumping off the platforms. We don't want any of that. No smoking out here on the course. No going upside down. And no touching the cable unless instructed to do so, like Joanna just demonstrated there, in case you get stuck. Are there any questions? All right, can everybody show us what the brake
shake my
signal
head
is?
no, but I'm just gonna.
Yep. What do you do when you see this?
Come on. Don't brake. Let off the brake.
Yeah.
Let off that brake. Move your hands back to the front. Alrighty. We'll get y'all going. Actually, I'll go ahead. Get out of here. You ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
Actually getting the heebie-jeebies.
Neil's ready. Neil should go first.
I'll let the fat boy go
You guys
last.
can go in wherever you want to. And those of you that are videoing, so if you want to think about that, if you want to ever go in front so that you're videoing people coming in, just tell me when you want to go and we'll make sure we do it.
Okay.
Alright, so who's coming first? Maybe Logan should go first.
Should I go first?
Yeah.
Ooh. All right.
Alright, Logan.
This is sacrificial.
I like how they're just throwing
Yeah, I know. Make the guy who's never done it before go first. Make him figure it out.
way more fun that way.
I'm looking forward
You're
to
gonna
it.
make me, you're
All
gonna
right,
give
speed
me
up here and tiptoe just a little for me. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, let me put this in front of you. There we go.
All right. We're just gonna roll with it.
All right, so one hand over the other. Show me how you're gonna brake. Perfect.
Oh, is that gonna be right in the way of my camera?
Possibly.
Don't
All
worry
right.
about the camera.
It's fine, and that's why we put the
Okay.
side mount on it too.
Well, that's what I was gonna say.
get-
then.
we'll get
All
you
right.
next.
Go ahead and have a
Yeah.
seat, ankles crossed, and you're good to go.
Smooth. Very smooth.
Sweet.
That was smooth.
All
Go
right.
and step around the street for me, please.
Yes, sir. All right. All right.
What was your name?
Logan.
Logan, and this is
Hari.
Hari.
Yeah.
Spelled Harry?
H-A-R-I.
Oh.
Yeah.
Very nice, Hari.
Thank you.
That was, I think that was smoother than Logan.
That was honestly, mine was a little jumpy.
These platforms are suspended. We don't have to
threw-
screw into the trees with anything.
Dude,
They
that's
just hang from the
crazy.
tree.
That threw me off when I landed on it.
What's this smell?
Yeah, Mr. Neo! Woo!
All right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all are real good at this.
Yeah! Oh boy.
All right.
Fox
All right,
coming
Fox.
in hot.
And no brakes.
No.
Totally. He saw that. I was like, oh yeah, I gotta do that.
He's waving at me.
He goes, hey, oh.
Whoops.
I do have one
cable
question.
down.
I mean, obviously, other than the fact that you guys have done this before, why does your thing just have two pulleys and ours has just a brake? Is that
Well,
just for
So it's the same pulley.
right?
Y'all use this to brake, and we use this to love.
Ah,
Just because it's kind of more. What's that word?
Makes us look cooler. That's
okay.
It gives you a little bit more grip than the brake hocks do. And then if we have to pull somebody in, well,
Okay.
he has to pull somebody in.
Sure.
Versus having two of those brake hocks to reach past, he just has theirs. And
Ah,
so it makes
okay.
it a little bit easier.
Yeah, makes sense.
That's a good question, Logan.
Very good.
But more than anything,
star.
it's
Asking
just
all the
because it looks
important
cool.
things.
Now,
All
is
right,
it
and we'll
still
keep the
rolling?
strap out of the way.
It is
the
still
lights
rolling.
Okay. Yep.
Okay.
I think
It's kind of like, do you want to stay safe or do you want to?
exactly. That's exactly what I say.
Okay.
All right, you're good to go.
Ready.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we are.
Interesting.
We're trying different things out.
Different positions.
Yeah.
It's always good to experiment a little bit.
I get what you're saying.
Trying to stand right in line with the cable.
No.
Hey, Fox broke that time. What do you know? Fox knows what a brake is.
Hope so. That's how we base every video we shoot, Fox. I hope it's good.
Oh yeah.
Excellent. Miss Hari.
I think Hari probably has the best landing out of anybody.
Oh,
Gotta say. Nice.
nice.
This is crazy. That's all just freestanding and
So this, because of the
like
bridge,
tabled up.
actually keeps it pretty solid. The next platform that you'll see down there, that one moves quite a bit, so it's pretty cool. You're
She says, so it's pretty cool.
Well, it's really funny though,
Everyone
because the
else is
people during training the other day, they had brought some family and stuff to come out, and one of the little girls was terrified of heights, and we had talked to her, and she was doing really good. And then when she got on that platform, she about died. So we were like, get her off as quick as possible. So she was the first person in town.
Mini connection. All in the same heat we put on.
I'm good. I made it up the stairs.
Fall, you'll just dangle from
Nice
that.
job. Are we still live?
Yeah.
All right, clip you on here. Transfer this blue. Get up close to this carbine action.
Dude, that is
Smooth, right?
As if you're not tall enough. That's how I make myself feel tiny every now and then. All right, go ahead and step up here. All right, have a seat. You remember how to brake?
Oh yeah.
All right, you will need to brake a little. You're good to go.
Does that mean I'm up next? All right.
Oh, you're
wait
fine.
till-
You're fine. I actually forgot for a
Sweet.
second you had that, and I was like, what is he doing? He walked out.
I just like.
Nice
Hey.
one.
Logan's
I
run.
like it. Is this the one that moves a lot? I think she was saying this is the, or is it the next one?
It's this one.
This one? He says it, he's like,
This one sways. Okay. Are any of y'all related in any way?
I don't know, are we?
Not that I'm aware of.
No. No, but you will find that most everyone in Floyd County is somewhat, somehow related to one another.
Yeah. Get close to this.
So this is where I always tell people it starts to get a little more fun because they get longer, a little higher, a little faster.
Looks like it.
This is like supposed to be really
Yeah.
long like
Yes.
that. Yeah.
All right, go ahead and have a seat for me.
All right.
You're good to go.
Sounds good. All right. Oh,
Muy bien.
there we go. Now it's getting interesting. I like it. Who's up now? Is it Fox? Neil Fox? Mr. Fox. Fox.
Wow.
All right.
Professional.
That was nice.
The other side. In the Jason Bourne movies,
Yeah.
he is
Oh,
from
really?
Nixa.
Really?
That's oddly enough.
Nice.
Excellent.
Yeah.
That one's cool.
I know. I'm excited about this one. Look how long that sucker is. That's what I'm saying. Look at that. Yeah.
Hey, doggies.
Y'all are all so good at zip lining.
We got to get a selfie. Let's get one.
Oh yeah.
Those are always fun.
I'll see y'all at the other side.
All right, man.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and tell you. You might want to get in the ball to make it all the way across. Get in the ball. Yeah. I can see how he's leaning back, but he doesn't have his hands on top. It's a little bit harder for you guys to do that without your hands on top. So even if you just pull your legs up some, it helps you get all the way across. If you don't, you'll come within probably 20 or 30 feet. But just remember, if you stop, reach out and grab a hold of the cable so you're not rolling all the way back to the lowest point of this cable.
Okay.
So who's first on
Not get it on the GoPro.
Because you have to get.
You gotta go all the way where he's at. And so yeah, so all the cables drop and then go back up. So if you were to get close, like say where he's at now, and then let go, you'd roll all the way back to the lowest point. And we've had that happen to people before. So.
We get our arm workout.
Yes, or he does. Come on up.
Man, he did that all in one
I get
sitting.
to
That
be
was pretty
first.
good.
Wow. So how long is this span?
Get after it.
This,
Miss
okay,
Harley.
so I don't know exactly because, you know, I don't know. Originally we were thinking it was gonna be 2,600 feet. But we didn't get to make it as far as we thought we were going to be able to, so we didn't have enough elevation. So I think he told me it was 22.
Okay.
But we'll double check with him, because I'm not
I'll
positive.
have to have a mile.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I'm a little
You ready,
scared.
Harriet? You scared?
I'm a little scared.
You've done it up to this point. It's hard. You
This
got
one's
it.
awesome. You're going to love it.
Okay,
All
getting
right.
the ball.
So just go ahead and have a
That's what
seat,
I
pull your
heard.
feet
Getting
up, and
the
I'm going to give you a little push. Ready?
There you go. Yeah, Harley!
So the next one's not as long. The next one's actually a little bit just the way it just kind of comes out and opens up. The pond is there. It's really good. No way she's getting
How
it.
close is she gonna get? That's the question.
She'll get pretty close. I don't think she'll make it far away. The only way I've made it all the way is if I lean back like Joseph just did,
Right.
and then I can fly it. Like it's crazy the difference it is. Ooh, I don't know. She is super close.
Oh wow.
Who's next?
Am I?
Come on.
I don't know. Do you want me to go down first, or you going
And
down
video
first?
somebody coming in.
She made it.
She's close. She's pulling him. She just close. She was sounds like she was probably 6 feet.
Yeah, hooray!
Alrighty, sir. Go ahead and have a seat for me. You can step down if you want to. Alright, ankles crossed. I'm gonna give you a little bit of a push. So pull your feet up for a minute. Ready?
Ball up, Fox. Ball up. Yeah.
And then I'll make sure I send you next. That way you can video him coming in.
Okay. Sounds good.
You just tell me when you're ready.
Hold it like that, I reckon. All right, and then I can just break with
Yes.
this hand.
You
All right.
probably won't need to anyway. Ready,
Okay.
set, feet up. I'm gonna push you.
See if Neil hits the platform.
He might be the only one of us that could get it.
I made it, but I was really balled up.
And you could lean back.
Yeah,
a little
she
more.
was talking about how you leaned all the way back to get there.
It's a lot harder than you thought it was. I had to brake a little. I think he's gonna make it.
He might make it.
So close.
Oh, come on.
Come on, Neil! Oh, so close. Yeah.
All right. Nice.
That was good.
That's outstanding.
Get your
Okay, this one's fast. Nobody will have a problem making on this one.
Sweet.
Probably have to break.
I like fast. Fast is good.
We were practicing hard catches the other day with our guides. And so I came in on this one because they were like, we want you to come in fast. But I didn't really realize how fast I'd come in. So I came in like I did here, leaned back the whole way. And then I was actually terrified when I came in so fast. They caught me and did a good job. But it was a little scary. Yeah. All right, go ahead and have a seat for me. All right, so remember, you will need to break.
Okay.
You're good to go.
You will need to. All right, I'm ready. Get it.
All right, you can go ahead and walk around that. We'll need to break.
All right. Sweet. Yeah, Miss Hori.
That was so cool.
Did you break it all?
But I also wasn't trying to come faster.
Pretty smooth. So yeah, if somebody forgets to break, that's what we have this rope for.
Nice.
On that. Stuff.
And we've done some hard catches.
Which is good, because I wasn't trying to be happy with it.
I did a couple.
Let's go first. Logan?
Yeah,
Camera.
I'm down.
Let me slide by you. So you might hit a limb or two over here. Let me say it how my husband said it yesterday. Guys, there may be some limbs that tickle you as you go by. All right, you ready to go?
Yes, ma'am.
You're good.
All right.
Yeah.
So now, is this going to take us all the way back?
This will take us to the bottom of the hill, and then we're going to ride a Kubota side by side.
Oh, okay.
Back up the hill.
Cool.
Since we're losing gravity on these cables,
Right. Yes, sir. That's lost.
usually our go-to for lunch is the country store.
Oh,
Nice
yeah.
chicken salad
Yeah, they're
sandwich.
good.
Chicken salad is good. Now, if you need a good sandwich, country store is good, but if you ever been to the bread basket,
Yes, I've had their chicken salad. It's phenomenal.
yeah, Miss Holly.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I got one.
I think I probably put a little more sag on the table.
Oh, you wanted me to come in with no break?
Yeah.
Well, that was a little scary. I didn't see a rope.
I need a rope.
He was gonna.
Don't worry about the brakes.
I will catch you at the other side. I used to play football back in high school.
But outside of that, no. It's I mean it's one like I hardly ever have a group where you're the ones you have a group of like 10 people, but it's 5 couples. And every now and then you just get a group because usually they're great. They're all like meeting each other and talking. You get a group that everybody's like this. it's just because they're nervous. So we always, and that's what we train with our staff, but we're like, make it your goal to ask them 1,000 questions. Do you know what I mean? I don't care what it, just ask and make them talk. And usually by the end of it, they're okay. But every now and then, even at the end, you're just, and then they'll give the guides the biggest tip. And we're like, so you actually had a good time? I mean, because you literally could not have told.
Yeah.
So it is a little odd, but no, we love it because you do get such a good variety. Ready?
Awesome. Well, how do you do? Nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, smooth.
Awesome.
That's too good. Sounds a cool one, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, excellent.
Awesome.
Nice.
I like that. That was good.
Step, we actually just put this gravel down today for you guys.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah. Got
Laid the gravel.
this gravel is made.
It's like a red carpet.
It's
The
great.
red carpet gravel.
The gray red carpet, yeah.
Well, we were gonna spray paint it red, but we just ran out of time. That's where that car ain't. Go out and rock climb and things like this way. People can have adventure. They can get through the forest and see the view without having to hike. Yeah, no, we're not getting hit by a snake or a tactile bear.
This is where that stabilization comes into play.
Oh, definitely.
Well, we have a really nice truck made for bringing people out, but it's so muddy today. I got to get this road traveled and get my ditches cut.
It's really cool.
Yeah,
Beautiful land.
Dump trucks.
perfect.
Yeah.
Spinning all the way up there. Fighting with the kid.
That was awesome.
Most definitely.
That's what memories are made of right there.
Yeah.
You need to try breaking it in front of your sometime. It's like effortless.
How good, how good.
Because you're not like back here.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Sure. I guess that's why.
Welcome to Buffalo Mountain Ziplines. We are here with Robert, who is one of the owners and creators of Buffalo Mountain Zipline.
Good morning.
We're glad to have you with us. Thanks for agreeing to have us out and talking with us about your
No
project.
problem. We're real excited about it and glad you guys came.
Yeah. So tell us, first of all, I can speak for myself, but I imagine a lot of us in Floyd are like, wow, a big zip line. I mean, this is the real deal. What brought you to Floyd? That's probably what everyone's wondering.
Originally, I'm from North Carolina, near Winston-Salem, and I built the first zip line in the United States at Stokes County, and it's Carolina Zip Lines. It's still there. My wife and I, Joanna, ran that for several years, and then we sold it and moved to Branson, Missouri, where we've lived for about 10 years, built a big zip line out there. And we sold that not long ago, and I wanted to move back home. I wanted to be back in the mountains, back closer to my family. And I grew up coming up to Mabry Mill and the Floyd area, listening to music, and I love this area. And so I told my wife when we moved back out east, I want to move to the Floyd area and build a zip line because I think it needs something more than just the music and the Parkway. It needs something for people to do here when they come, and I think this was just a good choice, a good location.
Well, I certainly agree. I'm standing here looking straight across the road at Buffalo Mountain, so the view couldn't be better. You picked an amazing spot. What is it that you're looking for in the land?
Well, first of all, good topography for a zip line. You need a good valley to go back and forth across because as you zip, the cable sags, so you need an indentation. You can build them in a flat field. I've built them in Texas and Florida and Myrtle Beach, but you have to build massive towers to get the elevation you need to zip without hitting the ground. And so I don't like towers. I like everything to be natural. This property had good elevation, good mature trees, and a nice valley to go across. So it was just perfect. And the location couldn't be better. You're zipping looking at Buffalo Mountain. You've got the Parkway 1 mile away. You've got the winery. You've got Floyd. It's just a perfect location.
Yeah, agreed. Absolutely. I think you couldn't have found a better one.
I don't think so.
Yeah. So you mentioned that you got started in North Carolina, and I'm curious, how does one decide to get into the zipline business?
Well, I had read a book by a guy named Donald Perry who was studying the rainforest in Costa Rica, and he had built platforms and hammocks in trees, and you could go down there and pay $45, and I did, and he hoists you up into a tree, and then you pull yourself across ropes on pulleys and harnesses from platform to platform in the trees. And being engineer-minded, and I was in construction business at that time, I thought, well, if you pulled cables tight between these 2 points, you could zip on a better pulley, and you could let gravity take over, and you could just zip through the rainforest and not have to work your butt off. So I came home, I built one in North Carolina. It was the first zip line in America, and it took off, and I've been building them all over the world ever since.
Wow. Well, I have to say, in 2000, I had my honeymoon in Costa Rica, and one of our excursions was a zip line. So perhaps
It's possible
you
I
had
built it.
something to do with that.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And when I'm on this, it's reminiscent of that experience in Costa Rica. And that's what I said, this is the real deal. I mean, you're flying through the trees and you're looking down, and it's pretty magical.
Yeah. Well, my intent was, I saw people, in 1990, renting Sea-Doos and renting things and enjoying the beach, but nobody was going into the rainforest. And I saw moms and dads and grandmas in chairs on the beach while the kids and the young adults were having fun in the water. But I wanted to create something that the whole family could do at one time together, connect them with nature, get people back into the forest, and let them realize how important the ecosystem in a forest is, as far as keeping our earth cool. The more trees you cut, the earth heats up, the groundwater evaporates, and a big cycle. But my intent was to get people into nature in a way that they had never done it before. If you've got bad knees or bad hips, you can zip through the forest and see it, as where you couldn't hike it if that was the case.
Right.
So that was my intent, and I think it's working out. I've seen teenagers with big smiles on their face when they leave, when normally they get there and they're like, they're on their phones, and they're not going to do this because grandma, mom, and dad brought them. But then at the end, they're like, wow, that was fun.
Yeah, you can't get off one of those lines and not be smiling.
No, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. So you're talking about teenagers and grandmas. Tell us about your typical client here.
Well, people always assume ziplining's for young people, and it is. Young people love it. We do kids 3 years old and up, but some of our best customers over the years have been people over 50, and we've had people in their 90s, late 90s, and we get lots of bucket listers. People come in clubs, bucket list clubs. A whole group of women will come out, and ziplining is on their bucket list, and they'll do the whole course. Sometimes some of them might need a little assistance. They're surviving cancer, or maybe an amputation, or maybe just a stroke. They only have one side of their body that works really good. It's good for everybody. If you've got one good arm and one good leg, you can zip line. So that's
awesome.
the thing that I think means the most to us is that everybody can do it. Everybody's included. Nobody has to sit and watch the other people have a good time.
That's great. And so you're seeing groups of people, like events or families or all of it, I imagine.
Well, team building, corporate events, lots of people come and bring like their front end staff, sales staff from car lots. We've had Prime Trucking came to our location in Branson, Missouri, and the whole company came out and they had a picnic. We have a picnic shelter that they could use there at that location. So they made a day of it. And we've had a lot of corporate events, a lot of church groups, a lot of clubs, Sertoma clubs, flower clubs, the Red Hat ladies, they've been. So we get a lot of groups.
Yeah, I definitely experienced that team building feel when we came out with our group from Citizens last week. Just the camaraderie and everybody's on level
Yes.
platform.
Well, one difference with our zip lines and all of our locations, you have a handbrake. So you're zipping along, you get a signal, you have control. You pull your brake and you bring yourself to a stop. And you're guided through the entire tour with two of our professionally trained and certified guides. As some zip lines are self-facilitated, they're continuous belay systems where they gear you up and they put you out there with a 2-minute training seminar and you go on your own.
Yeah.
You don't get any commentary. You don't get any education about the area or about the zip line tour. As where ours, you're with two guides that guide you through the entire course for 2 hours. You get to talk to them. They tell you stories, local stories. You can ask questions. And by the end of the tour, you're all good friends. Even the people that are in your group that you don't know, by the end of the tour, everybody's friends. And that's the best thing about it.
Yeah, yeah. Bringing people together in nature.
In nature.
Can't be better.
Having fun. Yeah.
So we're standing next to your transport vehicle. Tell us about this thing. It looks amazing.
Well, we've used lots of vehicles over the years for doing the zip lines, transporting people. Gravity brings them down here, but when they get to the end of the course, they have to be transported back to the office. We've used buses, we've used Jeeps, we've used military vehicles, but this is what we use pretty much in Costa Rica, Nicaragua, Central America, Mexico. And I thought, well, let's try it. So we had it built, the bed we had built down in Winston-Salem, and the truck we just bought, used truck. And it is really working out nice. People love it. It works good. It's shady pretty much when you go out through the woods. It's a little bumpy, but it adds to the whole adventure.
Yeah, it's part of the experience. It's like a little nature ride back up to the barn. Cool.
I had a zip line that I had built in Canada, and Sir Richard Branson, that owns Branson Mobile, Virgin Galactic, Virgin Airlines, just happened to be in Newfoundland and rode that zip line and loved it and got in contact with the owner, found out who built it, called me up, and he says, I love what you do. I want you to build a zip line for me on my private island, Necker Island in the British Virgin Islands. So he flew me and Joanna, my wife, over there, met with us, showed us his island, let us stay there, and I designed a 2-cable zip line course just to get from the main house down to the beach. But the hospitality that we were shown there was incredible, and that's one of my good stories that I like to tell.
That's awesome. Is he your friend now?
Oh yeah, we go back every year to inspect the zip line, tune it up, and it's like $61,000 a night to stay there. But we get to go and we get paid to go. We get paid to go.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So zip lines do bring you together, and
They
you
do.
never know with who.
Yeah. Well, one of the first zip lines I built in Costa Rica was for the old talk show host, Merv Griffin. And until he passed away, we shared that together. But yeah, he was a nice guy.
Wow. I think you might be inspiring some people to think about some unusual businesses to get into.
Well, you have to think outside the box.
Yeah.
And right when we came up with this and started building them all over the world, it was right at the turn of the economy. Early to mid 90s, the economy was starting to take a turn, and I was in the remodeling and construction business, and it was doing fine, but it was starting to decline. And so you have to look at your life and say, is this what I want to do the rest of my life? And you have to think outside the box and go into something totally different sometime.
Yeah.
And this was a life changer for us. I mean, it's enabled us to travel the world and get paid to do it, and doing something that we both enjoy. I mean, first of all, married couples, you have a lot of things that you do together.
Yeah.
But Joanna and I actually work together, vacation together, travel the world together, and raise 3 kids together. So we are very close and with each other all the time, which is nice. It's enabled us to spend a lot of time with our kids, a lot of time with each other,
Yeah.
and it develops good family bond.
Yeah. So how old are your kids?
27, 22, and 20.
And are they employed as well?
My daughter right there, and my grandson, and then my son is on a tour. So 2 of them are. My oldest son is in San Jose, California. He's an electrician, and so he's working out there and loving it. Married recently and no children, so he's living the dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, it sounds like you're living the dream, that's for sure. And
Well, living the jungle dream.
yeah, the Floyd jungle. It's a beautiful, I live in the woods, and I say it a lot. It feels like we live in a rainforest. So
Well, it is a rainforest. It rains. It rains almost every day at night or sometime. There's a little more rain here than we had anticipated.
Yeah.
We knew we'd been told that it rains a lot here, but it actually has rained more than we had thought it would. But I mean, the ones that we've had in Costa Rica, we've done them in the rain. We sell ponchos, and people do it in the rain because, I mean, if you don't do it in the rain, you could probably only go 50 days out of the year.
Right.
So you have to do it in the rain. If it's storming, lightning, high winds, we will not do tours. But if it's a light rain to a drizzle, we will do tours in the rain. The cables are designed to where they're not that fast. The brake works really good, wet or dry. So it's not a safety concern. High winds and lightning, yes.
Yeah.
Safety concern.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we are the biggest and highest.
Okay.
Buffalo Mountain Zipline is the largest zip line in Virginia as far as the land area that it covers. The length of our longest cable and the height of our longest cable makes it the longest and highest zip line in Virginia.
And how long is that?
The longest cable is about 2,200 feet long and about 175 to 180 feet high. Of course, depending on your weight, you sag the cable. If you're heavier, you're going to sag lower, so you're not going to be as high in the air. A small child would be probably 195 feet high at the highest point because they're not going to sag the cable as low.
Oh, yes.
So, and then the average cable is 1,000 feet on the course.
Yeah. Yeah, they're nice long zips. It's really
And the
fun.
view is awesome. The first cable, number 1, you're looking to your left, you see in Buffalo Mountain, and then you get over there on the platform where number 4 and 5 are. You have that long zip, and you're standing there on that platform, you're looking across that valley, and you're thinking, wow, that's a long way. And it is. It's a really nice view from there.
And then from that one, I recall going across and seeing the ponds.
Yes, when you get near the end, you look on your right, you see the really nice spring-fed pond full of trout, and then you go over the dam on the next cable, which is that's a good fast cable. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Gets your heart pumping.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great. So you said that the youngest is 3 that you would permit, and is there a weight? Like, does the child need to weigh a certain amount, and do you have an upper end weight limit?
The weight limit is 275, and there's
Okay.
no minimum, just a maximum.
Okay.
And it's not really a weight issue. The cables will hold 22,500 pounds. All the platforms would hold a truck. They're built like a standard floor structure in a house, 60 to 95 pounds per square foot. So it's not a weight issue as far as the equipment or the cables. It's you have a handbrake. If you're coming across the cable and you weigh more than 275 pounds and we give you the signal to brake and you don't brake, we have to catch you with an emergency brake. And at 30 miles an hour, somebody 295 to 345 pounds, they're hard to catch. And just for safety for our guides and for our customers, we have set that weight at 275.
Okay.
Because I can comfortably catch someone 275 or less at maximum speed on any cable in a 3-foot distance without hurting me or the customer.
Okay.
So it's more for that.
Yeah. I did really appreciate your attention to safety. You know, when I zipped in Costa Rica 20 years ago, I wasn't really concerned about safety. It's
No.
funny how that changes with age. So,
Or having kids. I've
yeah.
noticed that as I've gotten older and had kids, the things that I would do when I was 20 with no kids, I all of a sudden won't do now because I have other people depending on me. But safety is our top priority here.
Yeah.
We have been in the zipline business longer than anybody, and we have a 0 accident rating, We're the only company in the industry that has a 0 accident rating. At every location we have owned and operated, we've never had an accident, and we're very proud of that. It's not something that anybody else can say.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to Floyd. We're so glad you're here.
Well, we're glad to be here. Really excited about it.
Great. Well, we wish you the best of luck. I predict great success.
Well, I hope everybody will come out. You know, like any new business, it's a gamble, and if people don't support it, we will not be able to maintain the business here. So we hope people will come and do it.
Yeah.
And not just the local people. We want to bring people in. You know, tourism is a good thing to have into your county because it puts income into your county, but it doesn't take anything away from the county.
Yeah.
So it's probably the best resource you can have.
Yeah, I agree so much. Well, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, glad to be here.
All right.
Any of these straps are fair game.
Yeah, that'll be great for the first deal.
Okay. I'm gonna finish gearing people up. All right, sir. If you could go ahead and step your right foot in this blue loop. Perfect. Left foot here. Are you Travis? I am. You were the one missing. They're like, Travis has AJ. Yeah. All right, perfect. Now these are going to go right up over your shoulders, just like so. Very nice. You ever zip line before?
I have not.
All right.
We're all first timers.
There's a couple that have, I think at Hungry Mother.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm going to tighten these. It's a lot of fun. I got it. Sorry. And this course is really fun. We got 8 cables.
Okay.
8 cables, and we'll do them all. And I think since y'all are so many, we're going to switch into 2 groups. That way it doesn't get too hectic out there with all the kiddos. How's that feel around the waist? Okay. Go just a little tighter. So are you from Floyd?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Getting our local discount?
I think so.
Okay. How's that feel?
Good.
If you want to straighten that blue strap up,
Yep.
right through there, that's that's kind of where I step away. This is what you'll be riding on today. No clip on right over here. Gloves and a helmet, and you're ready to go. There you are.
They can turn around, right? Daddy is ziplining.
One more thing. Travis can't be the only one with no helmet.
That's all right.
Alrighty, tighten that up right there. Is that good?
Good.
Okay.
Thank you, man.
You go. Yep. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna call your name. When I call your name, if you guys would just come stand single file, like you guys get there, single file, side by side, just like this, so we can do a double check. So I've got Ryder,
You too, man.
Ryder, Asher, Hunter, Caden, y'all way down there,
Let's move this way, Leah.
Victoria, Carly, Mabry, Isaiah,
What? Because she told us to. So we could start the line. But now it's started.
Sandra,
Sandra.
Travis,
Sandra. She must be
Gail.
Italian.
Laura,
It's probably Sandra. Wouldn't you think? Sandra.
Heidi. Oh no, I didn't. I thought that was sorry. It's okay. No. That's why we do this. That's why we do this.
You ought to know.
That's my bad.
You
I
got
got
it.
your children.
Are you gonna be
like the whole tour?
Just because you don't fill out their waiver doesn't mean they're not your kid.
There you go. It's fine. It's not hot. That's why I double check. Okay, so everybody stay where you are, and we're going to double check all of your equipment.
What's your name?
Sydney.
Sydney. Is that S-Y-D-N-E-Y?
That's it.
All right. I feel like there's a lot of ways to spell Sydney. You never can tell. All right, this looks pretty good. You remember who geared you up, Sydney?
What?
Do you remember who geared you up?
No.
Well, they did a good job. Have y'all been checked?
Yeah, I have. These two have been.
Haven't?
Nope, I have not.
All right.
Oh, yeah, I have been checked. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, I did notice that. Only when it's too late. Yeah, my kid's singing in church with gum blowing bubbles.
Well, I'm guiding a tour with gum. Well, that's just so y'all don't have to smell my breath. All right.
All good?
Yep.
Okay.
Tighten this up just a little. I don't know where Joanna went. She's back there. We'll be your guide today. My name is Joseph. This is
Amy.
That's late. And then Joanna over there, walking in late. Now, our number one priority here is safety. That being said, never mess with any of your own equipment. If anything feels too tight or too loose, kind of uncomfortable, bring it to one of the yellow helmet's attention and we'll adjust it for you. Same thing goes with clipping in. We're gonna keep you clipped in the entire time out here by these straps. Never unclip yourself or anybody else. Leave it to us. That's why we make the big bucks. We just got to raise to $3 an hour. So we're professionals. Okay, when you step up to get clipped onto the cable, you want to be on the opposite side of the cable as us, just like Amy's doing here. Reach up, grab the cable with both hands. That'll give you stability. First thing we'll clip on is your safety strap, which is this long strap on your side. Some of you it's red, others it's blue. It reaches the cable fine. We'll clip that on. Now, when we go to clip on your brake hawk, it's on a shorter strap. You kind of have to pull down on the cable, just like that, so we can get it clipped on. Especially if you're short. Today. Now, once you're clipped in, you go ahead and sit down in your harness. Nah. All right, so notice how Amy is not holding herself up with her arms. She's just sitting down in her harness completely. That's how you're gonna ride. Feet out, ankles crossed. But you will ride with your hands at the top of the brake hawk, right over this blue pulley. You wanna keep them at the front, one hand on top of the other. Now, that's how you're gonna ride. When you get to the other side, your receiving guide, which will be me or Lath, depending on what tour you're in, will give you this signal right here. Rider, what do you think that means?
Stop.
Come on now. How many riders we got?
Put on the brake.
All right, so when you see that signal, you'll slide your hands to the back of the brake hawk and pull down. There's a rubber pad back there. It'll slide against the cable. That's how you brake. The only other signal we'll give you is this right here, kind of waving you in. It means you're coming a little too slow, so you'll just let off your brake and slide your hands back to the front like Amy just did. Now another thing, usually it's windy up here. Today it looks like we got a kind of a still day, but if the wind tries to blow you one way, use your wrists up there. Keep yourself going as straight as possible. The straighter, the faster, the better. Now, in the event that you brake a little too hard and get stuck a little bit out from the platform, Amy's going to show you what you do.
Okay. So when you come to a complete stop, you're going to place one hand on each side of the line, and this is going to keep you from going to the lowest point in the cable. And what you're going to do is face your back to the cable you were coming into and pull yourself in hand over hand. And if you're unable or unwilling to do so, then Joseph or Lath will be more than happy to come and get you. Just make sure you're holding on, that way you don't go too far out there.
Yep. And a couple rules. We're going to be up on platforms. Make sure you don't run and jump off the platforms. No back flips, no front flips, nothing of that sort. Save that for the lake or the trampolines. No smoking out here. AJ, I know it's your birthday, just keep it to a minimum, please. Are there any questions? Okay, can everybody show me the brake signal? And what do you do when you see this signal?
Let go of your brake.
Yep, let go of your brake and slide your hands forward. All right, if everybody's ready, we'll get started.
Hi, how was that? Fun.
All right, you ready to go?
Yes, ma'am.
You're good.
All right.